Good day, everyone. I want to thank you for joining me for another video. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate it. I reached out to you all on Twitter, and I asked a question. I said, hey, with us being in the bull run, there's a lot of S coins that are being shilled. Would you like to know the way that I go through and vet a project to see if it's worth putting money into, even if it is just for a short-term gamble, because really that's what you're doing. Investing in meme coins, you're gambling. And I don't know why it says an hour or a day. It's only supposed to, run for an hour, but whatever. Anyway, the majority of you said yes, so I figured we're going to go ahead and do it. But before I begin, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that have decided to connect with me on Twitter. Currently up to 240 friends here. I appreciate that, as well as thank you to each and every one of you who has decided to subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. It lets me know that you appreciate the content that I'm putting out, and if there's any content that you all want to see in the future, definitely let me know and I'll do my best to put that out. So thank you to the 564 subscribers who decided to slap that subscribe button and the like button. I appreciate you more than you'll know. And we also have a crypto giveaway coming out as a small token of my appreciation, and we'll get to that in a following video. But right now we're going to talk about, with being in a bull run, everyone is shilling these projects, predominantly meme coins, how to find a potential winner for a short-term investment. We're going to cover that. So let's say, those of you that have been on TikTok, you know that there's all these shillers, sometimes of which are being paid to actually promote meme coins. How do you know which ones are valid versus which ones are just scams? I think they're all pretty much scams, but how do you know which one's going to give you the best possible chance to gain money on your BNB? The strategy works primarily for Binance Smart Chain. That's what we're covering here today. We're not looking at contracts, but we're just going over Binance Smart Chain because fees on Ethereum right now are just too crazy. And this is a strategy that works best on BSC, the Binance Smart Chain. So the first thing you're going to want to do, assuming that you already know of the project, maybe you were in Telegram, you heard somebody bring it up, or maybe you're, on TikTok and someone brought it up. What do? Let's do this. I saw someone talking about this Elongate, and you can put it in as one word, two words. But what you really want to do is you want to put it into the search bar, and you want to make sure you're on the latest tab. This is going to give you a good understanding of how often people are talking about it. If it's me, I like to see people talking about it within the second or seconds up to but a handful of minutes. This 4 hours, 7 hours, 16 hours, this doesn't really work for me, but we're going to go through the process so you know what to look for. So we're going to try and cover this in a good, better, best, so that you can kind of get a firm idea of what you should look for, what you should stay away from. So the first of which is you want to go to Twitter, search it, make sure you're on the latest tab, and see how often people are talking about it. This doesn't have a whole lot of traction, but I'm going to go through the motions anyway, again, just to show you what you'd be looking for. So when you go to bscscan.com, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to type in the project that you were searching for on Twitter. And we know that was Elongate. One word. There we go. Now you see here that this is only the project that comes up. It's only one. There's going to be some times where you're going to have multiples. And why that is because a lot of times a legitimate, quote unquote, legitimate project will come out. And if it has traction, people will create clones to try and get unsuspecting people to buy the wrong token and put money into their pocket. That's not the case with Elongate, because just based off what I've seen on Twitter, doesn't have a whole lot of traction. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for a few things. You want to check the number of addresses. The higher the number of addresses, the better. The higher number of transfers, the better. And you also want to see how frequently transfers are going on within the project. If I hit refresh, we should see this number go up, or a smaller time frame show up here. If not, that's probably going to be a good indication that the project's already ran its lifespan and it's not really worth your time. So you see here, none of the numbers really changed, but again, we're going to go through the motions anyway so that you know exactly what to do. Okay, so when you've figured out if this is a project that you want to look at or not in detail, you're going to come over here to the contract. You're going to copy it. This works best if you're on a laptop or if you're on a computer. You can do it on the phone. It's just going to be a little while longer. You go over here to poocoin.app, Poo coin.app, paste your contract address, and it's going to populate a chart. It's normally going to default to the 1 minute. You want to zoom out, but I can tell you right now, just looking at the 1 minute, this doesn't have a whole lot of steam in it. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. And when you're looking at the 4 hour, you want to go back because you want to see exactly how long this thing has been operational. It looks like this came out on the 28th of March and nothing has happened. I mean, it's got no volume, like none. So this obviously isn't a project that you want to be involved with because it's got nothing going on. And also a lot of times the projects that you're looking for, they kind of have this $ in front. So you can try searching for the project on Twitter with the $ or without. Okay. And again, you normally can click on some of, if you can get official website, click it. It's going to give you the contract code. If not, don't worry. You're going to come over here to bscscan.com, type in light without the $ and see if you can match up some of the logo, some of the lettering, some of the spelling, anything, right? You see here, this one has 4,661 addresses and it's got 27,929 transfers. And the last one took place 47 seconds ago. Let's see if either one of these numbers go up as we refresh, or let's see if we get a more frequent count on the transfers. Okay, so 1 minute ago, and I'll be honest with you guys, I kind of forgot, so you'll probably have to go back in the video. I don't think the number of address holders have changed, maybe not the transfers either. But yeah, definitely go back in the video and watch and see if any of these numbers have changed. And we're going to basically do the same step. We're going to copy our contract. We're going to put it into PooCoin charts. It's going to give us a chart. We're going to go out to the 30-minute. And right here, you can see what differs from this chart to the last one is now we actually have buys and sales. You obviously want to be in a project that has more buys than sales. That's going to let you know that, hey, this thing has traction. Sometimes the charts take a little while. It's not exactly the best looking chart. All right. Go back, see when it started. Okay, this one started on March 3rd. That pretty much tells me that this is probably going to be on its last leg. Maybe it's on the other side of the hill. Let's zoom out. Yeah, it looks like we had a pump and now it's kind of cooling off. Yeah, you're making lower highs and lower lows. It's going to be pretty hard to break that resistance there. But if you can, I mean, you may get 1 or 2 more pumps out of it. It's definitely better than the last chart that we looked at. However, its lifespan started out early. It looks like you've already had your first big dump and you've since been making lower highs ever since. So that's something I'd be aware of. And again, keep an eye on the sales and the buys. Now here we actually have a project that I got into over the weekend, made a little bit of money on it. I think I caught this one early. I saw someone talking about it on TikTok and they said it just started. We're going to go here to Twitter, because we want to see how often people are talking about it. You can see here 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 23 minutes. This one was talked about 24 minutes ago, so maybe we'll safe Elongate. We'll open that up in another tab. We'll come over here, Elongate. This is beautiful. You see we've got 21,660 addresses, a lot of transfers. And when I look at the transfers, I like to see these things in the seconds, no more than, really 3 minutes. I want to see that people are interacting with it. See those numbers kind of changed. I think I really wasn't paying attention. Sorry, guys. Go back in the video and see if you can spot the difference in those figures. But you can see here 6 seconds, 12 seconds, 18 seconds, 21 seconds, 30 seconds. This leads me to believe that if I pull this chart up inside of PooCoin charts, we're probably going to have some better activity. Now, and again, you can see here that this only works if you already know of the project. I don't really have the meta. See, okay, look, more buys versus sells. A lot of volume. I like that. When did it start? well, I know this one started this weekend, so this is probably on the 28th. Let's look at the 4 hour. I don't really have the meta or the alpha to help you find a brand new project. That's really going to come with searching. That started on the 25th. Okay. That's really going to come with searching, and that's probably going to be the more time intensive part. This strategy that I'm showing you, again, keep in mind you're gambling with meme coins. This isn't investing by any stretch of the imagination, but this works best when you already know of the project. So when I got into it, I got in about right here. It ran, and I got out shortly thereafter before it took this big old dump. By the way the chart looks, it looks like, I mean, you could get another pump. It looks like it is trying to make a resurgence, but you know, your volume is kind of tapering off here, so just be mindful of that this project already may be on the other side of the hill. These meme coins, they don't really last too long, so this isn't something that you can set it and forget it. You need to keep an active eye on this throughout the day, a couple of days. You know, I wouldn't just throw money in and fall asleep. That may work for some of you, but if you catch it early on the first half of the hill, if you catch it on the back half of the hill, you're probably going to end up losing money. Okay. Now, again, the scope of this video wasn't to actually go through the contracts and go through the project and see what it is that they want to do. We know that these are meme coins. We understand that these are very short-lived projects. Like, we're not going to sit here and try to make the argument that they're anything more than they are. Like, these things aren't Mother Teresa by any stretch of the imagination. It's a gamble. You're gambling here. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so when we just did our search, the last time we were on Twitter, we were looking for Elongate, and we came across this post that someone had made. And this is a new project I'm not really too familiar with. They just joined Twitter this month, so again, it's probably very, very early on in their life cycle. Looks like people are talking about it at least 27 minutes ago. Again, not really what I like to see. I like to see it being talked about within seconds to a handful of minutes. We're going to go back over here to bscscan.com. We're going to type in save Elongate. And can we do it that way? Nope. And put that back in. Uh-oh. I think I might have messed it up. Let's try the first one. 6 addresses. That's probably not it. Let's try the second one. 1,100 addresses. Okay, so this is the one that we probably want. And see, this is kind of what we're looking for here. So we'll copy the address. We'll look at our chart. Now, keep in mind, when I first started looking at Elongate over the weekend, all the transfers were seconds old. And that's initially what drew me to it. That let me know that it was still relatively early on. And this thing started 2 days ago. So it's not terrible. But it looks like you may have already missed the first major run up, and this thing is retracing hard. So what I would do is, if I were looking at this, I might write it down. I might copy the contract address and just keep an eye on it and see if it starts to rebound a little bit and try and catch it on, run the Hina Shakis, and I always butcher that. Heineken Ashi. Run that kind of candle structure. It'll let you know whenever you see like 3 green candles going up, it lets you know that, hey, there's confirmation we're going back up. But whenever you see 3 red, it lets you know that you're definitely in a downtrend. So, and again, it's very clear and apparent here. So I might keep an eye on this one. If it makes sense to get into it at a later date, do so. But yeah, this is the best way that I've found how to utilize this strategy in terms if you already have the name of the project. And it's important because a lot of these influencers are being paid $20 or $30. It's a shame they would sell out their audience, for any amount of money, but that low of amount of money is just ridiculous, and shill it to their audience. And a lot of people, they don't know better. They're just going to take it at face value and throw money into these things. So keep in mind when you're when you're gambling on meme coins, that's what you're doing. You're gambling. Please do not leave any funds. Don't do it at all. But if you are going to do it, try to utilize this strategy to prevent you from buying a dud. Okay, so say this chart looks way better and it's showing signs, you get 3 green candles going up this way, and it shows sign that it's a project that you want to buy into. How do you do it? Come back over here to where we were at, copy our contract code, then go over to PancakeSwap. The address is exchange.pancakeswap.finance. What you're going to want to do is obviously, you're going to have BNB in this wallet. And if you need to learn how to connect your Binance Smart Chain wallet to your MetaMask, let me know. It's a totally different video. I'll walk you through it. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to select currency. You're going to have to enter the address because a lot of these coins are, they're S coins. They're not known. You're going to click it, and you're going to be able to tell how much BNB you want to sacrifice, because that's really what you're doing. I wouldn't go in with too much, but you're going to sacrifice some. So go in with an amount that you're comfortable with losing. And when you tell them how much BNB that you want to sacrifice, it's going to tell you how much of this case safe Elongate coin you're going to be able to get. You're going to click swipe or swap. It's probably going to come back with the error code. You're going to need to change your slippage tolerance. This is probably going to start off at 1%. You'll probably get an error code. When I was buying some of my S coins, I had to enhance the slippage to 11% just to be able to buy. Click swap. You'll have to confirm a couple transactions. When the swap is complete, you're going to need to add the token. Okay, so go add token. It's a custom token. Put in that contract address. It's going to tell you that it's safe Elongate. You'll be able to basically click add token. I'm not going to do it because I don't want the token. And then whenever you go to take a look at your Binance Smart Chain wallet, you'll be able to see how much you got. And again, guys, keep in mind, this is highly, highly speculative. This is degenerate gambling at its finest. This is not value investing. I don't condone that you do this, but I know there's a lot of people out there that are looking for X's. I know there's people that are impressionable, and if a page that you follow shows you a coin, you may want to trust them, and you may want to look into buying it. So this is the best way that I can show you how to do it without buying a complete and total dud. I hope this video helps. If you like the video, definitely slap that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I want to go ahead and provide you guys with more content moving forward. As always, definitely feel free to connect with me on Twitter and here on YouTube. 564 subscribers. Again, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Let me know if there's anything else you all want to see, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.